Hi, I'm author Bailey Thomas, and if you're a reader, writer, reviewer, content creator, or part of the book community, you're in the right place. And if you're none of these, you're still in the right place, because this YouTube channel is for everyone. I'm just trying to make the world a better place, one book, story, or YouTube video at a time. So whether you're here to learn how to write a book, celebrate books, or just have fun, I'm glad you're here. 100 signed copies in 100 days. Yes, guys, you probably clicked on this video because maybe you want this to be you, and I'm so excited if you're joining me on this video because you want it to be you. Or when I did it and you were part of my journey, thank you for that because I did hit my goal of 100 signed copies in 100 days. So thank you so much for being part of my journey. If you want to do that yourself, or you're not even at that stage yet and you're just wanting to self-publish or even thinking about it, I do have 2 guides on my website. One is free, one is paid. They're both the same 7 steps of how I self-publish. Just the paid one just goes in a little bit more detail, has a little bit more example and tip. So if you want to go to my website real quick and grab one or both of these, go for it. The link is in my description, and I'd be more than happy to share my steps with you. Or if you're already way past that and you clicked on this video because you are ready to start your 100 sales in 100 days challenge, I'm so excited. You can actually grab the exact steps that I use to achieve that goal on my website. So if you want to grab that, you can also bundle it with the paid 7 steps if you want to do that too. So it's super exciting. Today I'm just going to go on high level of should you do this challenge, maybe some prep work in order to do this challenge, a couple things I learned. But if you want the exact steps I use, go ahead and grab that guide. So go to my website real quick, grab a comfy chair, grab a snack. We're about to dive in to 100 sales in 100 days. Okay, I think we should start from the beginning, which is why I even started this challenge. And to be honest, the real reason I started this challenge was because I started questioning myself as an author. I didn't know if this career path was for me. Things were going fine, but it wasn't enough that gave me the confidence that I should be doing this and keep writing. So honestly, the real reason I started this challenge is because I wanted to prove myself that this is what I should be doing and this is an area that I should continue in. So the fact that I did hit it really confirmed that I should be doing it. But honestly, that was the real reason I started it. It was just to give myself a little bit of confidence. And it was in September when I started this challenge. So I noticed that at the end of September, there'd be exactly 100 days until the end of the year. So that was kind of like a stopping goal. Like, can I get 100 sales for the rest of the year? My end date would be December 31st. That'd be the last date. But you don't have to start it then. You can start whenever you want. You can start it tomorrow. You can start it right after you finish this video because you're going to get confidence to do it. Anyway, any day you start, that was just kind of the motivation behind why I started it. So little deep there, but that is actually why I wanted to do this challenge. And what wasn't working before, which made me doubt myself as an author, was that it felt like I had to grind tooth and nail and spend every waking second fighting for just one sale a day. As I mentioned previously, I have a full-time job. I write on the side. So I would go to my full-time job, come home, and then stay on my phone, my laptop, social media all day until I got one sale. And it was very tiring, very gruesome, which kind of led me to doubt myself of, is this what being an author is like, just grinding just for one sale? I was sort of averaging one sale a day, but the work it took to get that one sale was very gruesome. So I was thinking maybe I could do 100 sales in 100 days because I'm already averaging roughly one sale. But in order to do that, I needed to figure out what wasn't working before. And I think the main point of that was that I was so focused on the sale, on the transaction, on the order, instead of my audience, the people who are reading my book. So I decided to do a whole mindset shift before going into this challenge, which was, yes, I want to do 100 sales in 100 days, but it doesn't have to be a one-to-one. I don't have to get one sale every day. Just by the end of 100 days, I'd like to sell 100 signed copies. And instead of focusing on just getting the one sale every single day, I focus more on the readers. And this is why I think the challenge was really fun for me, because I got to invite my audience into this challenge with me and we kind of did it together. So I think that was one of the biggest reasons I did accomplish this challenge. But if you are thinking about doing this, maybe you really dive deep into your why and your purpose and make sure that's something you can accomplish. If I was only averaging one sale a month, I would not start this challenge. That means there's a lot of other prep work that you need to do before starting this, and I mentioned that in my guide that you can check out. There's a day zero page, which is all the stuff that you should be doing or thinking about before starting this challenge. So if you want to check that out, it has a lot more detail, but just for me, I think you should at least be averaging close to one sale a day before starting this challenge, and also really think about your why. And my why was so that I could connect better to my readers and my audience. Okay, so we've kind of covered the why, the before the challenge stuff, thinking about what you've been doing maybe wrong before, or you could improve on before, or just about your purpose, about why you'd even want to start this challenge. We kind of briefly touched on that a little bit. So now we're going to get into, I don't want to say a warning, but maybe I'll just say one of the most challenging parts about doing this 100 sales in 100 days was the consistency. 100 days is a lot. It's roughly 3 months of focus and grind and reflection and marketing and sticking with it. So, again, if you're thinking about doing this challenge and you know your why and you're really confident about it, also make sure you have the time to be able to dedicate 100 days to this challenge. Maybe if you're going on a month long out of the country trip, maybe our 100 sales in 100 days doesn't overlap with that. Just look at your calendar, look 3 months ahead. I'm not saying you can't do anything for 3 months, but just make sure the timeline does work for you, because 100 days is a lot and it's super exciting when you first start. But then when it gets around, I don't know, day 50, and you're like, wow, I'm only halfway there. That was a lot of work. It is a lot. It's a lot of consistency for almost 3 months. So just make sure it does fit in your schedule and it's something that you can actually dedicate to. And one also difficulty about this challenge was staying positive and motivated during the slow weeks. There will be slow weeks. I did not get 1 to 1 in my challenge. I did not get one sale every day to get to 100 sales. There were days with a lot of sales and days with zero. And staying motivated and confident during those days where you had zero sales will really help you through this challenge. Again, it is a lot of focus and time and dedication for 100 days, but I believe you can do it. Just make sure that it fits in your schedule and it's something you can really commit your time to. So, I'm just helping you think through the challenge, making sure that this is something that you are ready for and have time to commit to. But I still want to set you up with some more success, some more tools. So, one more piece of advice that I would give you is making sure that your audience has an easy way to get your book. I have a TikTok shop and I put my books on there. TikTok is not the most easiest platform to sell on. They have a lot of rules and restrictions and policies and shipping times that can be really hard to meet. But I want to be where my audience is. And a lot of my audience is on TikTok. They discover me from TikTok. So I would just give you a piece of advice of show up where your audience is. So whether that is social media or maybe it's even outside of social media, just make sure that your audience can get your book and is aware of the challenge. You have to make sure you announce it and have an easy way for them to grab a copy. As a writer, I don't want my reader to have to do a lot of research to find my book or have to type in a manual URL. I have the link in my bio, sometimes even in the video, so they can just click it and get it from there. Also, just being accessible to readers, I would also advise selling on more than one platform. For me, and it's 100 sales, 100 signed copies in 100 days, but I was specifically focusing on signed copies, which I only offer on TikTok Shop and my author website. So I did not count Amazon sales because I cannot sign from there. But just having two platforms where people could order my books was really helpful. So the more avenues you can get, the better. Even if you want to count Amazon, that is awesome too. Just make sure there's multiple platforms where people can buy your book so that your challenge can get out there and be more accessible so that people can buy your books. I want you to be set up for success. And one of the biggest tips that made me hit this challenge was being able to be on multiple platforms. But again, if you're really invested in all the things that I specifically did to accomplish this challenge, plot twist, spoiler alert, I did it in less than 100 days, but the guide does go through all 100 days because I did commit myself to those full 3 months, even when I did hit the 100 sales. And in the guide, it'll tell you how many sales I actually did hit at the end of 100 days. So being on multiple platforms and being where your readers are is a huge tip before starting this challenge. Okay, I think you guys are getting really set up for success if you do decide to do this challenge. And if you do, comment on this video, let me know how things are going, keep me updated. I want to see how this journey is going for you. Let me know what worked and what didn't, which is actually kind of my final piece of advice on this topic. You need to track what worked and what didn't throughout the 100 days. So not just at the end seeing what worked and what didn't. Throughout maybe each week, each day, you can just note what you did, whether you put out a newsletter, you put out a great piece of content, someone shared your book, a book club got it. So just note maybe an activity that happened that day or that week, and then how many sales that you got in that day or week, just so you can see what's working and what's not, so you don't spend the full over 3 months doing things that did not work. It's a lot of just testing and seeing what failed and what succeeded. And again, if you don't even know where to start of what to try and what not to try, again, you can grab my guide. You can see what worked for me and what didn't work for me. That doesn't necessarily mean it won't work for you if it didn't work for me, but maybe you can eliminate stuff right off the bat by seeing what did not work for me, or you can see the stuff that actually went really well and see if it can work well for you. So tracking, which is why I said 100 days can be very gruesome and tiresome. It's a lot of commitment because you do need to track what worked and what didn't during this challenge. And one of the major parts of that is not just looking at the things that went really well, which you should, but also learning from the slow weeks, because we don't want another slow week. This is 100 days of commitment in marketing and interacting with your readers and announcing your challenge. So you got to track what's working and not, and really reflect on why something didn't work. And the last final point that I will leave you guys with, if you are thinking about starting this challenge, stay motivated. It is a long 3 months, but stay motivated. I believe in you. You don't have to do, again, one sale each day. You can just get 100 sales at the end of 100 days. So maybe you only have 50 sales at the end of day 75. That is okay, because you can get those other 50 sales in 25 days, especially if you've tracked what worked and what hasn't. So that is my piece of advice and setting you up for success if you do want to do this challenge. Again, if you're going to try it, let me know, comment. I want to be supporting you on your journey. I think around September 23rd, end of September was when I started mine, and that led to 100 days, so that I ended on December 31st. So if you want to do that too, go for it. You can plan now, start the prep work now, or if you're already there and you're going to start the following month, that is awesome. I am cheering for you throughout this whole time. So thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. I'm so excited for you. As you know, I am a self-published author, so if you want to head over to my website while you're grabbing that digital guide of 100 sales in 100 days, maybe check out my books too. Every order truly does mean a lot. It's so exciting. And if I ever do the challenge again, I want you to be a part of that. So thank you so much for even thinking about ordering one of my books if you haven't already. And you have read one of my books, thank you so much. I'm still going to keep releasing more. So I hope you continue to follow my writer journey. But if you're a reader and you want to send me your favorite book, I want you part of this journey as well. You don't have to write a book to be part of this YouTube channel. You can also be an avid reader. Send me your favorite book. I have a PO box in my description. You can send your favorite book there and I'll check it out. And if you're also a self-published author or a small author, indie author, traditional, send me your book. And in future videos, I do want to feature some of the books that I received just to give back to the book community, because they have done so much for me. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like what's going on here, like, comment, subscribe. I want to keep doing these YouTube videos for you. So thank you so much for joining me. Happy reading, and I'll see you next time.